I'm gonna prove to you that you can cook any dish in the world in your outdoor kitchen. And today, we're gonna make birria and then turn that birria into a delicious birria pizza. Let's go. What's happening, Team Tila? Welcome to my outdoor kitchen. And today we are making birria. Yeah, that thing they put into ramen. They put it in quesabirria tacos and quesadillas. Today I'm gonna put it on a pizza, but let's just take a step back and remind ourselves, birria is just a humble stew that came from Mexico. It was traditionally made with goat meat. And I'm gonna show you how to make birria, how to do the consommé, which is actually the soup. I'm gonna show you how to make the adobo, which is the spice mix, and we're gonna turn it all into a delicious pizza. Let's do this. So essentially birria is a stew. So we're gonna start with a spice paste, also known as adobo. And I know my Filipino cousins are like, yo, adobo is not what you're making. Yes, I know, but in Mexico, adobo is a paste made of spices. In the Philippines, adobo is a stew of like vinegar and soy sauce. Am I right about adobo?
It's all right.
Yeah. So chiles, let's start with a few kinds of chiles here. Here, let me have a moment with you really quick. Here, come up to me. Gerardo is staring at me behind my back. His family is from Mexico, so I want to make sure not to screw this up. I have a Mexican Aunt Dora, but I also have a Gerardo making sure I don't screw up. Look at him. Gerardo, ¿cómo se dice en inglés?
Pasilla, güey.
Smoky, sweet, delicious. Into there, I'm gonna start by toasting them. Guajillo?
Guajillo.
Guajillo. And you see that I'm using scissors because I don't want the stems. They're not gonna add anything. And the choice between seeds or no seeds is gonna be up to you. If you want more heat, the spice of the chili is actually in the seeds and in the veins that connect to the seeds. So I call these chili japonés. And Gerardo.
Árbol.
Arbol. All right, okay. So whenever you're using chiles, it's really a nice idea to get them toasted, just like your blooming spices. I have garlic in here. I'm gonna put some onion in here. You're wondering why I'm not chopping them down into smaller bits. It's because we're gonna get a nice toast out of these, and then I'm gonna add water to this to make our adobo. Mexican cinnamon, really super fragrant. A little bit of whole oregano, so whole cloves. And I know you're like, Jet, there's so many ingredients in this. Just go down into the description for the recipe and you're gonna be fine. Black pepper, bay leaves, a little bit of dried thyme, coriander. So what I'm looking for is this. You see a little bit of smoke, you see the toast, and if you were here with me, you would be smelling this incredible smell. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pour water just to cover. You hear that? A little water to cover, and we need salt and a little bit of acid, and that's gonna come in the form of white vinegar. This is to make the spice paste, which will in turn make the stew. So let me cook this down for about 10 or 15 minutes, blend it up, and we'll get to the next phase. Oh, I brought it down from that full rolling boil, but that is really, really hot, so do be careful. Adobo is simply just a chili paste that's gonna be used to season. So I need to basically blend all this deliciousness down. I know some of the people are gonna be like, hey, get that bay leaf out of there. Get that cinnamon out of there. No, I will not, because I want all that flavor, and I've got a pretty intense blender that'll do the job. All right. There we go. But we'll start slow. Yes. Amazing. All right. Tila tip. Do not put your lid airtight on a hot vessel because you're basically creating energy and steam, and that's going to create a hot adobo rocket ship, and you don't want to be riding it. Trust me. All right, I'm gonna pull the beef, and we're gonna get cooking. I like chuck. I really like chuck here because it's a humble piece of beef, and by the time it cooks down, it's gonna have tremendous flavor. Now, traditionally, birria was made with goat. So they would just hack up pieces of goat with the bones on, and they would throw it right in there. And I've seen short rib recipes. I think it's a little too fatty personally, but hey, if you got money and you like short rib, I'm not gonna judge you, all right? So beef chuck is in. Time to grab my adobo, and here's where the magic happens. This is the magic right here, brother. So I had a strainer on standby, but I'm looking at it and it's not giving me that many chunks here. And I could always strain it on the backside too. So spice, garlic, chilies, incredible. I'm gonna stir this together and I'm gonna let this come to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and then cook this 2 to 3 hours until that's super tender. Hey guys, you've made birria. Okay, 2.5 hours later, let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, you can see the fat has come to the top, which is great. All right, let's bring it over to the other side. Okay, this is how I'm gonna show you how tender this meat is here. All right, yo, you wanna know what delicious birria looks like? This is what delicious birria looks like. How about that? At this point, you can turn it into anything and we'll do pizza, but I do want to pay homage to what OG birria is. So this is what birria would be. You make a stew, and that stew has tremendous flavor from 3 hours of meat, plus all the spices and herbs in the adobo. So birria is the stew, the meat, cilantro, some radishes. Oh man, a little bit of chopped onion. Let me stir that up together. So this is really great birria right here. Man, if a soup was hanging out under a warm blanket in the snow, that's what that would be. So there you go. All right, let's get fancy with it now. It's time to make birria pizza, y'all. So, you know what? In our restaurants, we make pizza dough, but today I'm a dad in my outdoor kitchen at home. There's no shame in buying pizza dough, and there's some really, really great doughs out there. And what I mean by great is, man, I smell the fermentation. You want a bit of semolina. Dude, and the key here, friends, is don't mess with the proofing dough, meaning leave it all in the shape that it's proofing in. All right? The semolina flour is going to help with moving this around and not letting it stick, okay? Don't gas it out, and all I'm doing is I'm stretching the dough out. And I'm actually going to use the edge of my hands to give myself a crust. I'm pushing with my fingers, but I don't want to gas out the edges here. And that looks perfect for me, all right? I'm going to do a white pizza, which is just going to be cheese, the birria, because I'm going to come back and dip the birria into the consommé, which is the soup by itself. Don't overwhelm this. It'll all melt together, and it's going to be great. Now, remember those traditional garnishes for birria? Little radish, like little pepperonis. Oh, all right. And then we're going to throw the birria on here. And if you're like a traditionalist and you need a tomato sauce, that's fine. I'm not going to be mad at you. What colors am I missing? A little bit of green. A little bit of cilantro. So instead of olive oil, I'm going to use a little bit of the birria and the birria fat. You know you want to eat this. All right, I'm good to go. I'm going to get it part way. I'm going to pull it the rest of the way. My dough final stretch. Final check. All right, let's get her in the oven. Yeah, so this pizza is gonna take 5 to 7 minutes because it's so large. The crust that's close to the flame is gonna cook first, so I'm gonna use the pizza turner to rotate it around. Bro, slow motion. So all my camera friends. And you know how you know a pizza's done? You look at the bottom. That's crispy, cooked through. Come on. All right, finish garnish, cilantro, some onion, just like you would the soup. That's why we're making this pizza. And a few more radishes. There it is, my friends. Wow. Birria Pizza, friends. Oh, look at that cheese bubbling. I gotta be honest with you guys, I was so nervous making this because you can't hide. Like if I screwed anything up, you get one shot to make pizza. And I'm so stoked that it came out so awesome. I mean, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. So birria is usually eaten with consommé. This is how I want you to eat a birria pizza. I want you to dip it in the consommé and then go for it. This is the consommé dance right there. This is it. Ay. That's so good. Like I said, anything you want to cook in the world, you can make in your outdoor kitchen. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, throw them down below. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. If you want more information about all the appliances we use today, go to Coyote Outdoor Living. And we want to thank our great sponsor, Applegate. If you want to learn about all of their humanely raised products, please check out the link below.